Survivors! Welcome back to Soulstone Survivors, another video, another day. We have a really fun singular focus build with the engineer, another one. You know, there have been a lot of new builds with the new character. There are still so many things we need to try and want to try, but for today's video we are going to be playing with his second weapon, the second skill. It is the easy mechanical spiders. As you can see, all of my weapons for the engineer are plus 10, plus 13, so on and so forth. We've got a plus 10 to his second weapon, and we're going to be looking at the easy mechanical spider. As you can see, it does apply shattered. It also gains ammunition, both of which the engineer gains from his skill tree as well, so we're not really too worried about that. But what I did see is on the Discord, a lot of people were playing this build and they thought, you know, this is quite a fun little build, why don't we do it? And I was like, yeah, that's actually really cool. And a lot of them were like, no, they're going to be using a lot of Doom on these mechanical spiders. And I thought to myself, no, well, we're not going to play with Doom. I actually want to play with it using the not Doom. Instead, we're going to be using Poison. So for our runes, we actually are running ourselves a Death's Touch. That's how we're going to get the poison only onto the mechanical spiders. We then running Singular Focus, Divine Legacy, in Skill Inclination Blast, Weapon Expert, and Unconventional Start. And then we're going to be doing this on our Caves of Delzog. So actually, I don't want the Caves of Delzog. We're going to do this over here on our Frozen Wastelands, because I do need some diamonds as well. The one thing I did notice the other day is I had curses somewhere that made it that I don't actually need the Void Presence active. So if we went over here and we looked there, as you can see, we've still got Void Essence, even though we don't have the Void Presence. I was always under the, you know, the assumption that you did need it on if you wanted the Void Essence. So we need to just look at grabbing the other curses. It looks like you just need all of the curses active. I don't want Void Presence active, so we get rid of that. The rest of it is all good. So let's get straight into it with the 37 curse. No Void Presence over there. So first things first, we do want to try and get the skill as quickly as possible. As you all know, we do land up restarting as soon as we don't get it as a first or, you know, like 1 or 2 rerolls. As you can see, we still didn't get it, so we go again, and then we just keep doing this. Alright, there we go. A nice, beautiful start. So we got 2 easy mechanical spiders. And as you can see, they are applying already quite a lot of poison to all of the enemies, and it's really, really good. So what we're going to do is we're going to do 2 runs of it, or 2 cycles. So we're going to go Overlord 1 and 2. It's just going to help me with materials 1 and 2, just so we can see how strong it gets, because I think with this will go very, very quickly. Already you can see we are dominating and we only have 2 of them. Again, you don't really need to play anything on high curse if you don't see the reason to. This is like the most curse that you need to get the most out of the game in terms of farming, prestige, materials, anything that you're looking to get. Even like difficulty wise, there's no real reason, unless you're like a masochist or whatever they call it, someone who enjoys pain or self-inflicted pain, then, you know, go for the hardest difficulty. But otherwise there's no real reason to play for it, besides for gloating to everyone that you did that. So, you know, you can do what you please with that information. Over here, we're not getting the sentries. We're going to take an ammo box over there. We do get a lot of area of effect, which we will be swapping out. We don't need a lot of it, but we do take a little bit in the beginning just because why not? And then we focus on the poison damage now. So since we don't usually get poison on the engineer, we don't really find that poison all attacks can poison, but because we do have the Death's Touch rune, which means that attacks have a chance to cause that explosion which poisons enemies, that also now gives us a poison skill, you know, inverted commas, comments, inverted comments, guys. So that now gives us the option to get poison onto all of our hits, which then makes us get the poison passives, which makes us now turn into a poison build, which is fantastic. So that's the way that we work it over there. A couple more rerolls. There's that. Beautiful. grab over there. We need one more because we don't actually want the ammo box. We did get it on our very last reroll, which is fantastic. And now we can go and get some upgrades for the Mechatron 9001, which is quite cool name wise. If anyone didn't actually notice it, it is a beautiful name over there. So now we're going to just get the quantity as well as damage over here, and that is the point of the Divine Legacy. It's to get the quantity of all of these so that we can get more and more and more of them. Multicast works really well because multicast will affect how often or how much they shoot, and you can just see how crazy it is. So if you really enjoyed something like your burst of lead for the dazed and for the aptitude, then this is also another one that is just really fantastic to really enjoy with regards to the amount of damage that they can apply and how quickly they can apply that damage. And then because we're adding poison on top of that, we are able to apply so many poison stacks. It could be quite an interesting build if we went for mechanical spiders, and then if we went and grabbed something like Purging Slam as well, and then we also land up getting the blast to slam passives as well. So that could be a very interesting one if someone wants to play that build, and let me know how it fared for them, because I haven't done that yet. I might do it later as well, depending on whether or not I have time to, or whatever the case may be over there. Of course I've got time to do it, but I've got so many different builds to try, and some really nice high-end Overlord builds to try now with the Paladin and the Barbarian. I do want to see if we can get some really interesting stuff going for them and go from there. So we've got the crit one. We're only sitting on 30% crit, so we are going to have to grab a little bit of crit there, otherwise that's not going to work. But as you can see, we are getting quite a lot of damage. I don't think we need area of effect. Grabbing a little bit, we'll grab a little bit of it, but otherwise I don't think we really need a lot of area. Multicast is of course really good, and crit, but the area of effect I don't think we actually needed too much over there, so not going to focus too much on it. If we see too many of them, I might even land up banishing it, because I don't see how area of effect really helps like a machine gun kind of attack. I can see it maybe makes the bullets a bit bigger, but other than that, there isn't really a reason to go for it, at least not from my testing and playing of the game. But if you guys have played this before and you've seen or noticed something a bit different from it, maybe it's worth grabbing area of effect. I don't know, but from what I know and from what I've experienced, it's not worth it. I might look for like the most amazing or perfect curses to go for to farm endless or overlord cycles over here, because if we don't need the void presence, that's already a plus, and then we don't need other things. But when I'm doing endless or overlord, it might be better to make the enemies weaker than rather not be chased by a ghost. So we'll see what curses we can go for. That could be a really good way to do it. We're trying to hit like Overlord 15 with a specific build, so we still need a little bit of testing going on over there, and that's going to help us with that. But we're not even trying to get like any speed going on over here, but you can see we're already on 4 minutes. Just for fun, you know, using a similar build, we went and put there is a speed running competition happening right now with the Soulstone survivors and the Discord. So if you want to win yourself some money or some Steam gift cards, whatever the case is, there is a speed running event happening. So if you can beat under 4 minutes, definitely go take a look at the Soulstone survivors Discord and enter the event. You do have to take a video though, and you do have to be playing on the 10G patch, which is the current game version. So really cool, really fun little thing where people get a chance to win stuff. So that's all a part of Soulstone survivors and their Discord. Go take a look at that. Alright, this is the final boss fight. We should kill them instantly, pretty much. Well, it's not instant, but very, very quickly. And there we go. Did we even get a single diamond this run? I don't even think we got a single diamond. No, we never. So that was a really quick run. I did want to do one more cycle just so we could see how much more powerful we could get while we are playing this. So that's exactly what we're going to be doing. We are going to go through to the Overlord cycle and go straight into the next one. This should actually be even faster. So if we did 5 minutes onto the first run, we should be looking at about 8 minutes or 7 minutes for this run. In total, obviously the timer, I mean in the top right there, should go to that time, and that's going to be very good for us. A lot of multicast coming out of here, which is really good because usually I use the X-type to Y-type passives to get a lot of my multicast and crit. So it's been a long time since we've had to pick up a lot of multicast for specific skill types, which is still very, very good for us. I think we've been very good with RNG here to get those multicasts, and we've been picking up quite a good amount of legendary options as well compared to, you know, previously playing and things like that. So here we go. We are just going to grab this. I think we've got more than enough multicast. We're sitting on 324. Actually, we don't have multicast mastery, so we are going to keep up more of the multicast. More damage with poison and more attacks deal more poison damage. And then at the end of the run, we'll take a look at how much damage poison did, because that is a new feature that was added in the last update, where we can see how much damage poison actually did. And then we'll take a look at, you know, the damage poison did compared to the damage that the mechanical spiders did, and see, you know, compare it to each other. Of course, I think the mechanical spider is going to be doing a lot more damage, but it's still really cool. I think when we're doing skills like Purging Slam and things like that, it would be interesting to see how Purging Slam's damage worked compared to the poison applied, because doesn't it do or make the poison do... No, it doesn't actually. It's a skill that does 500% damage based on how many poison stacks occur. So it would be very interesting to see how that fares, and if you can be like, okay, Purging Slam did 1 trillion damage, but poison did 900 billion, but how's that possible then if it's meant to be doing 500 times the damage? So it's quite interesting. Maybe there's a way to pick up on a bug or two that may have been in the game forever that we don't know about, that we've never been able to see because we never had access to this information. So that's going to be very interesting to try out and test and see what goes on over there. Got ourselves a rotting over there, which is really, really good, and getting ourselves some really good damage, I mean crit chance as well, which is going to be helpful. So the longer you play, the stronger you get as well, but then the stronger the enemies also eventually get. But look at how much damage is going over there. I guess we should have said that you know, these spiders were shotguns, because if you have a look at how they're firing, it kind of looks like a shotgun, but definitely they are dealing so much damage for us. It is completely insane. Alright, so we're just going to get the damage over there. We're not too worried, and a bit more crit. And being over 50% crit means every single second attack is basically a crit. You know, statistically should be. But there you go, 7.5 minutes. So it took 3.5 minutes to finish the second Overlord cycle. I don't even know what material. Oh, we got a diamond. Yes. We got a total 1 diamond, guys. But that is it. Let's take a look at the end screen over here. And there's the, I just got to watch, guys, and you'll see that. So 1.1 billion damage happening over there for the total damage of 1.7 billion. And then passive skills dealing nearly 1 billion damage on their own. So very, very interesting. The mechanical spiders did 1.7 billion, and then the poison itself did over about the same amount, about 1.1 billion or about 1.2 billion damage on the poison. So that is really, really cool, really, really strong of poison. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more videos like this in the future. And always remember, keep safe, survivors. Until next time, cheers.